PD-1 Ventura medium bomber has a wingspan of 65 feet 6 inches, a fuel capacity of 1,600 gallons or 6,082 liters, giving it a range of 1,360 miles or 2,176 kilometers, depending on its armament load. The plane is powered by two 2,000 horsepower Pratt & Whitney engines, giving it a cruising speed of 170 miles per hour and a top speed of 270 miles per hour. This bomber was piloted by Lieutenant Charles Parker with co-pilot Lieutenant Howard Hassett, and it ditched in ORMOC Bay on January 18, 1945. Going back to the beginning, the flight originated from Tacloban Field that morning, bound for North Borneo to bomb oil platforms. The pilot decided to divert the mission early on to Balabac Island near Palawan to strafe an enemy radio installation there. After that, they continued on to Borneo and commenced with the original mission. While returning, they realized that the diversion to Balabac used more fuel than they had anticipated, and it looked like they could run out of fuel before reaching Tacloban Field. The captain ordered all essential equipment and ordnance to be jettisoned from the plane. 1,500 pounds of bombs were dropped into the Sulu Sea. Soon after, they encountered severe thunderstorms that proved to be too much for the plane to navigate around, so by the time they reached the ORMOC Bay area, they were out of fuel and left with no other option than to ditch the aircraft in the bay. The cockpit canopies were ejected prior to ditching, as well as the top observation port cover, and the main side door was jammed open to ensure that there were no blockages for a quick and clear escape. Pilot, co-pilot, and all 4 crew members successfully escaped the rapidly sinking aircraft. The Lockheed PD-1 Ventura now lays 60 meters, 200 feet deep in the dark waters of ORMOC Bay, a few miles south of ORMOC City. Standard armament are 2 .50 caliber machine guns located in the nose of the plane and operated by both the pilot and or the co-pilot. 2 .50 caliber machine guns located on the top turret known as the dorsal guns, and 2 .30 caliber machine guns facing out the rear of the plane known as the ventral guns. 2 front millimeter and 2 top turret 50 mm machine guns are still present and remain loaded with their belts full of unspent cartridges.
I'm free, I'm careless, I believe.
The tail section is still intact, but much of the ailerons and other control surfaces have corroded and fallen away. The 2 ventral 30 caliber machine guns are deep in the mud and cannot be seen.
Find peace there, 'cause when you are with me, I'm free.
The plain is populated with many species of fish life, coral and sponges, and is continually circled by shoals of barracuda. The side door is completely detached from the plane, but remains on the floor inside. This Lapu-Lapu species of grouper is a long-term resident.
Feels like forever. Within my heart are memories of perfect love that you gave to me.
The interior is cluttered with hanging cables, corroded shelving, and is thick with fine silt that has crept in over the decades.
I'm free. I'm careless. I believe above all the others will fly. Let's bring tears to my eyes, my sacrifice. I just want to say hello again. My sacrifice.
Fuselage is made of aluminum and has corroded to the point of near collapse in many areas.
Let's bring tears to my eyes, my sacrifice.
With the top hatches and side windows now gone, fish freely swim through the cockpit. The nose section sustained big damage when the plane impacted the water. The propellers too were damaged. The blade tips were bent backwards in the opposite direction of the plane's impact.
Perfect love that you gave to me. Oh, I remember, 'cause when you are with me, I'm free, I'm careless.
It's interesting to note that both propellers were dislodged from the main drive shaft of the engine upon impact. A once mighty airplane of a bygone era now rests at the bottom of ORMOC Bay.
Let's bring tears to my eyes, my sacrifice.